Our top story tonight, a community turning grief into remembrance today as family and friends gathered to celebrate what would have been the 62nd birthday of Darren Lewis, an innocent bystander killed in a high-speed police chase last year. WSAV's Isabella Baez is live with how his wife is now honoring his memory through a birthday celebration and a new push for change.
That's right, Sarah. Friends and family are gathering here to celebrate the birthday of Darren Lewis. This year, he would have been 62. However, his life was taken just over a year ago after a high-speed police chase. But people here say today is about sharing their memories with the man they loved. Darren Lewis was an innocent bystander who was hit and killed during a high-speed police chase on March 18, 2025. His death shook the community and sparked conversations about police pursuit policies. His wife, Kathy, started the Darren Lewis Foundation in his honor and is working with state and local officials by pushing the Darren Lewis Saving Lives Act, which seeks to impose tighter limits on high-speed chases in residential neighborhoods. Earlier this week, the man accused of causing Lewis's death, Kenneth Gordon, was granted a $25,000 bond. He is facing multiple charges, including homicide by vehicle. However, Kathy says tonight isn't about that. It's about remembering who Lewis was.
It's a happy celebration simply because of Darren. Darren was a happy person. He was the calm in the storm. He was the bubbly person, a jokester. And we just want to celebrate him, come together with family, because he loved family. He loved music, all types of music. He just loved it. And we just loved him, miss him, and we want to celebrate him.
Instead of a balloon release, Kathy opted for bubbles, as she says it matches Darren Lewis's bubbly personality. And to hear more from other family members about how Lewis impacted them, you can tune in to WSAV News 3 at 10 and 11. Reporting live in Savannah, I'm Isabella Baez, WSAV News 3 on your side.
Isabella, thank you. A 2-year-old boy is dead tonight after being run over with a car. Investigators say the child was run over in a yard on Cadillac Drive just before 6 Wednesday evening. The victim, identified as 2-year-old Zakai Johnson, was hit by a silver GMC Yukon driven by Edward Wright while playing in the front yard. The Toombs County Sheriff's Office is investigating with assistance from the Georgia State Patrol. It's still unclear if any charges will be filed as the investigation remains active. Well, new details tonight. 4 people accused in a deadly 2024 shooting are now one step closer to trial. Zaire Garner, Jalea Bryant, Demetrius Lawton, and Rashad Hamilton all appeared in court today, pleading not guilty in connection to the murder of Anthony McBride and the shooting of another man. The group stood before a judge for a status hearing where the court reviewed the case and confirmed both sides are prepared to move forward. The shooting happened at the Woodlands apartment complex on West Montgomery Crossroad. Court documents show the suspects arranged to meet McBride for a marijuana sale when the situation escalated into an attempted robbery and gunfire. All 4 defendants are facing felony murder charges. No trial date has been announced. Residents in Savannah's Montgomery district say they're paying a transit fee every year without getting the service it's supposed to fund. They say a bus stop that once served their neighborhood has been inactive for 2 years, and now they're questioning why the tax is still in place. WSAV's Isley Herschel spoke with neighbors who say they want answers.
Residents I spoke with say the bus stop used to be right here on Shipyard Road. Now, they actually did the math and found out that over the past 2 years, they've been paying a total of $300,000 in taxes for a bus stop that isn't even running. Now, I'm going to take you to that next closest bus stop.
I've been paying probably $25 to $75 a year for transit.
Max Harper is one Montgomery district resident paying for transit services they aren't getting.
There was a bus stop in front of that church, but they took it down.
I reached out to the Chatham Area Transit Authority, and a spokesperson told me this area used to be home to CAT's Route 20, serving Skidway Island and Coffee Bluff. According to CAT's website, Route 20 is temporarily suspended.
We just don't have the bus running, and we're being taxed for it.
In a statement, CAT said their top priority is addressing the concerns of our riders and the community. The CAT Board of Directors will be holding a budget planning workshop on Tuesday, April 14th at 4 p.m. to address this concern and others the community had. I reached out to the county commissioner as well, but have not heard back.
There was probably people that needed it.
Max feels people in his area need to be aware of the tax they're paying for the service that isn't being provided.
We shouldn't be paying a tax that we're not using.
2.8 miles later, we finally made it to the next closest CAT bus stop. It's here on the corner of Wilshire and Abercorn. The residents told me all they want is the services they're paying for or for the fee to be removed. In Savannah, Isley Herschel, WSAV News 3, on your side.
New at 6, Bullock County leaders are providing an update tonight on new water wells near the Bullock-Bryan County line, a project that has raised concerns about possible impacts to drinking water in the area. County officials say none of the 4 wells meant to eventually supply to the Hyundai Meta plant are currently in service. Well number 1 is the closest to becoming operational, while the other 3 are still under construction or waiting on water main connections. Officials add Georgia Southern University's Institute for Water and Health will soon begin monitoring existing wells in the area, tracking groundwater levels as the project moves forward. This comes as county leaders continue preparations for any potential impacts, previously contracting 3 well drillers to respond if residents experience problems with their water. Those crews would be able to diagnose issues, make repairs, or even drill new wells if needed. Officials have said the wells will ramp up usage gradually, and they do not expect significant impact based on testing. Both Bullock and Bryan County leaders say they will notify the public as each well comes online and when the monitoring program begins. Well, the Savannah Pride Center is giving students at the Medical College of Georgia and Mercer University real-world experience testing for HIV. They're also learning best practices for approaching this topic without judgment. That's exactly what the Savannah Pride Center wants to avoid. Staff are instead having open conversations and training sessions with medical students and community members. The center's executive director, Michael Bell, tells me Georgia is leading the nation in HIV cases, and Chatham County is a hotspot, as it is in the top 1% of counties in the nation with a high STD rate. But Bell hopes their PrEP program can help.
We have to have a multi-tier plan when something as big as being the leading state in the country. So it's reducing the stigma, it's making testing available without barriers, and it's training our medical providers on how to speak confidently about HIV and HIV testing so that we can make it a normal practice to be tested.
The Savannah Pride Center is open every Wednesday and Thursday from 1 to 5 for HIV testing. No appointment is needed. Well, if you're heading out early tomorrow in Savannah, you'll want to plan ahead. Thousands of runners are taking part in the Publix Savannah Women's Half Marathon and 5K, and that means road closures across the city. Race day kicks off early tomorrow morning with the half marathon starting at 7 a.m. and the 5K beginning at 7:15. Officials say most road closures and detours will be in place from 5 a.m. until about 11:30. Streets will reopen in phases depending on when the last runner clears each section of the course. With more than 3,000 runners and spectators expected, traffic impacts would be widespread. Officials are urging drivers to plan ahead, allow extra travel time, and use alternate routes when possible. They also note navigation apps like Google Maps may not accurately reflect road closures during the race. Pedestrians and bicyclists may be able to cross the course at certain points under the direction of traffic officers.